Hi everyone, so in this video we are going to learn about star schema versus snowflake schema. So let me click on model view. So when we click on model view, so what we see here is that there are four tables, sales facts, orders and customers and products tables are there. Okay, and when I click here this relationship, so sales fact table is having order id and orders table is also having the order id, right? So both are connected. Similarly, if I hover over mouse here, so what we see here that product id is connected to product id, means sales fact table is having product id, and the products table is also having the product id, so both are connected. So relationship is already made. Similarly for customers and orders tables, right? So what happens, model view, the model view allows you to visually inspect and manage how the tables in our data model are connected. Okay, how it is connected, it is representing here, just what happens that in database foreign key is relate to primary key in database, right? Let's learn about star schema and snowflake schema, and how star schema looks like and how snowflake schema looks like. So for that I'll open the paint and there I'll draw one design to make you understand about the star schema and snowflake schema. So this is, suppose this is the fact table. So what I'm going to do here is I'm saying this is the fact table and this is the fact table. So I'll put other tables here. This, let me put in a proper manner. These are, I would say, that dimension table. Here you could see that we have one fact table. This is the fact table. Okay, there's a fact table, and we have four dimension table. This one is dimension table, this one is dimension table, here also dimension table, and this is also dimension table. So what the star schema does, so what is star schema? So the star schema is the simplest form of database schema where the fact table is directly connected to dimension table. Here you could see that this is fact table and it is directly connected to dimension table. Here also left side directly connected to dimension table, downside also here the directly connected to dimension table, left side also directly connected to dimension table with one to many relationship. Okay, we can have one to many relationship as well. So this is called star schema. And dimension table, surrounding the fact table, these contains descriptive attributes that provides content to the fact table, that each dimension table, each dimension table has a direct relationship within a fact table, which makes it resemble to a star shape. Means you could see that if I show you in this manner, so it looks like in this manner, right? If I pick up this and I put it here, so it looks like this manner, right? It looks like in this manner, right? So that's why it is being called as star schema. See this, so this is called star schema because it is looking like star, so that's why we call it star schema. Now what is called snowflake schema? So let's let me design the structure and then I would explain it. So what is called a snowflake schema? So we have one fact table, not the color, this one fact table. Now here you could see that fact table is there at the center point. Okay, but multiple dimension table are there which are connected to each other. This fact table, it is connected to this dimension table, and this dimension table is connected to this dimension table. It means it is not in a structure the way it was. This fact table is connected to this dimension table, this dimension table is connected to this dimension table. Again here you could see that left side here the fact table is there which is connected to this dimension table, and this dimension table is connected to this dimension table. Again the same, this dimension table is connected to here this dimension table. So it is not in a structured format. Okay, it is not in a structured format. Okay, so what is snowflake schema? So the snowflake schema is a more normalized version of the star schema, and what it does in this design, the dimension tables are further broken into further here you could say that further broken into the additional subdimension, creating a more complex structure. It is creating a more complex structure. So this is called snowflake schema. So I'll put the category here is that this is called snowflake schema. This is not this one, sorry. So I'll say snowflake schema. Snowflake schema, and this would be a snowflake schema, and this is star. This is star schema. So now I hope the difference is clear, that what is called a star schema. Sorry, this is star schema, not the star schema. Star schema. So this is called star schema. Why it is being called as a star schema? Because it looks like a star. And this is the snowflake schema, because dimension tables are further broken into sub dimension tables. Okay, that's why it is called snowflake schema. So more focus on star schema table. So there's one factor table, and one factor table is connected to dimension tables. So it is very it is really good to use, and when the requirement comes, then we use the snowflake tables as well, snowflake schema as well, to to connect the factor table to dimension table, and further dimension to table to sub-dimension tables. Okay, based on the requirements we use it. So this is all about star schema and a snowflake schema, and I hope that the concept is clear, what is called a star schema and what is called a snowflake schema. So I would say, and that's all about star schema and a snowflake schema. So if you are excited to learn about Power BI, then I would request you to please subscribe this channel and like the video. And thanks for watching, and let's meet in next video. Thank you very much.